raising that. And I am delighted that we're now joined by our colleague from the great state of Texas, someone who's been a very forceful advocate for manufacturing and making it in America. And I'd like to yield to the gentleman.
I thank the gentleman. It's my privilege to be able to join the gentleman from Rhode Island, the former mayor of one of our great cities, who understands when he looks at his constituents in city government that job creation and manufacturing churns the economy of local government as well. And I'm delighted to say to my friend from California, Texas is right with you. I don't think any state can reject the value of research. We have the Texas Medical Center. It's research in many different components, but they all come together to generate jobs and a better quality of life. And I am amazed at how astutely correct the gentlelady from Hawaii was on this whole idea of shipbuilding and the flags that ships fly under and the loss of income. But more importantly, most of us grew up, young that we are, with this country being the grand shipbuilder. And we were proud of that. We loved those christenings, but more importantly, to see those great ships. So I rise today to support you and to join also, if I might, with my colleague from Alabama, having had the opportunity to join her there in Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. Let me say to her and to those who have lost so much in Alabama, throughout the areas surrounding Alabama, and certainly to our dear friends in Missouri, in the tragedy of such a high cost of life, let me say to them that we will never give up on helping you. My point is this: it's interesting that today we had an example of the lack of seriousness that my Republican friends have regarding job creation. And no matter how we voted, I voted aye on the debt relief or the debt increase. We all know that our commitment is to save Medicare and Medicaid, but it is also to generate revenue. How do we generate revenue? We put the punch back in manufacturing. We manufacture and we create jobs. How did FDR? He put people to work. Eventually the government got out of putting people to work, and you saw this big manufacturing boom, shipbuilding, building homes. We all remember the massive home building that President Eisenhower engaged in, manufacturing, making a whole bunch of things. Let me tell you why this is so important, how sad I was that the debt relief was in fact a mockery, because if you commemorated soldiers yesterday, let me tell you what the unemployment rates are for veterans: 7.7%, and unemployment rate for those Afghanistan veterans, and I would include Iraq, 10.9%. How do you put these folk to work? You put a boost and a punch in manufacturing. You let these guys come back and use the skills that they've gained, working or soldiering, if you will, in Iraq, fighting for our freedom, and Afghanistan and other places. And you say to these guys, I don't just mourn the loss of your comrades on Memorial Day, but I listen to the voices of your families and yourself. When you come back, I've got jobs for you. And let me tell you how you do it, because I am big on making things. Here we go. It's one of our bills that we're very interested in, H.R. 613. We build airports, we refurbish airports, we make them better, we fix our highways, we build or we engage in high-speed rail, trains, transit, and we make it in America. But let me say this: we make sure that trains are made here in America, assembled here in America. We go back to making the same trains that we had to make when everyone said, go west, young man, and go west, young woman. That's how Texas got here. That's how California got here. And so it saddens me that instead of spending the time today looking at H.R. 1730 that will be discussed, or 613, or the research tax, or the ability to give incentives for research, or to help the Texas Medical Center or Silicon Valley, we did something where we didn't take seriously the need of America to pay her bills. And then, of course, what does it mean when we talk about making it in America? Boy, this is exciting to me. We begin to appreciate chemistry and physics because we're in the business of inventing and therefore making. And this picture shows research and what happens when you get through with research. It is extremely important that we, in essence, show the importance of what happens to Americans. They get to work. So my point is that there are a lot of Americans that can be helped if we engage in job creation by making it in America. And as we have all committed to do, I am beginning to go around to my district, and I am excited about all the manufacturers that I'm finding. And I tell you, you just go around to say thank you to these manufacturers, thank you to what's happening. If we were to invest in America and make it in America, it's a better deal, not only for America and those Americans here, for our young people graduating from college, from our soldiers coming back. So I want to thank the gentleman for, I think, the right approach to come right after the mockery of a debt relief that was not serious, but for those of us who believed it was important to be serious, who may have voted aye, we really wanted to be discussing job creation, and we really wanted to be discussing having jobs and as well providing for those who are ready to work. Let's see if we can get something done. And I join with the gentleman in working on these important issues. I close by simply saying, what an excitement to make ships again, to build the trains for high-speed rail, to make America's infrastructure in such a way using our manufactured products. What a way to put America back to work. And so I hope we will continue to press this issue, and I believe the Democrats are going to be able to get this done, make it in America, and creating more jobs for America and generating the revenue that will really bring down the deficit. I yield back.
Well, I thank the gentlelady for her passion, and I'm really hopeful that this is an issue where we can really build some bipartisan support. We put forth from the Democratic caucus a very ambitious and detailed agenda on how we can make things again in this country and how we can rebuild manufacturing and really lead the world in the manufacturing sector again. And I hope it's not a Republican or a Democratic idea. I hope people understand this is good for our country, it's good for America, it's good for American workers, it's good for our economy, and I hope we'll be able to find some support on the other side of the aisle to make it a reality. I know a big piece